Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Talk Before the Show. On today's episode, we cover everything you need to know about the times that we've forgotten, the people we've lost, and the things that we have cherished. So sit back, grab a beer, or, some wine, and maybe some good-looking crackers from, your local supermarket or something, as we discuss what you need to know before the show about Panda's lost episodes. To begin, I'd like to discuss the origin of this show as a whole. Where does Panda's lost episodes come from? For the longtime veterans of this channel, I do mean longtime veterans, you probably might have an idea as to what I'm talking about, but for the people who have been around maybe say the last year or two, you're probably not going to know what I'm talking about. So, Panda's lost episodes actually has existed before, kind of like EXE Files. If you haven't seen last week's Let's Talk Before It show for EXE Files reboot, then it's very similar, where the show did exist at one point. Unfortunately, the original series only had one episode, and it premiered, I believe it was January 13th, 2017, so it was the very beginning of 2017, and it was an episode showcasing, it was like a Left 4 Dead survival episode thing that was a lost episode. So technically speaking, the origin of the show comes from that kind of time period. There's only one episode, unfortunately. I think I was planning on continuing it at some point, but it never actually happened in the first place, so that kind of sucks. The next thing I want to discuss is the story of the show. What is kind of like the plot of the show as a whole. And story goes that the show basically is to just explain lost episodes, videos that maybe were made and they were planned, okay, this is going to be uploaded on this day, it's being uploaded for this reason. It just didn't happen. So therefore, this is what this show is, to give life to the videos that never quite made it onto computer screens around the world, that kind of thing. So I guess the story is relatively simple, the origin's really simple. So now I get to discuss the episode layout, and as well as not necessarily season layout, because that's one of the interesting things about Panda's lost episodes, is that, technically speaking, the show isn't necessarily considered to be a season. Technically, I wouldn't really consider the show to be a season, it's more just like a random series that I can post at random times. But basically, the baseline that you'll have to understand is that Panda's lost episodes will be premiering every 2 weeks on Wednesdays. So the very first episode, I believe, is going to go live January 15th, and then you basically count 2 weeks after that. I can't remember exactly what date that is, but 2 weeks after that, you'll get the next episode. And speaking of the way the episodes work, it's actually very interesting. So, on January 15th, I'm going to actually reuse the Left 4 Dead video, basically, so you'll see the original video there. The next video, so in this case it'll be episode 2, is not necessarily going to be a completely different video of an old video. Instead, episode 2 will be a remastered of the video that came before it, hence why each episode isn't going to be named like episode 1, 2, 3, 4, no. Instead, they're going to be named like episode 1A and episode 1B, where, say, 1A is the original video, and 1B is the remastered video, the video that's made in current time. So basically, Panda's lost episodes not only helps explain the videos that never quite made it to, live on the channel so you can see the originals, but there's also remastered versions, so you can see those same videos as if they were made today. Again, these will be uploaded every 2 weeks on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific time, so it is taking a little bit of time to actually upload them, because I figure every 2 weeks is a good amount of time, but who knows. We'll see if, the schedule works out, but as of right now, that's where it currently stands. But now to the big thing, as I said, and that's the release date. As per usual, the very first episode of the show plans to be airing on January 15th, and then every 2 weeks after that, there will be new episodes, that kind of thing. I want to go back to my previous point, which was discussing how the episodes are going to be made and stuff like that. And one of the big things is the remasters. The remasters might not be, completely close to what the originals are. So for example, with the Left 4 Dead Survival episode, It may not be the same maps, it may not be the same characters, it may not be the same game, who knows. But the point is, it's going to be a remaster of something similar with the same kind of premise of the original video, and that's going to be a remaster of what that video would look like if it were made today. And as far as uploads go, if by some miracle I miss an upload, then it'll go up the week after, but most likely, as I said, uploads will go up with 1A, for example. That'll go up the 15th, which will be that episode, and then you'll wait 2 weeks later, and then you'll end up finding the remastered version of that episode, stuff like that. As of right now, there isn't really a clear plan as to how many episodes there's planned to be for the show yet, because, again, there is a video there's a folder on my computer that just has titled Lost Videos. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves here. But, that's again. The baseline is most likely there's going to be at least maybe half a dozen episodes. I'm not going to say there's a dozen episodes, because there isn't. But, so to say, you'll probably get around 2 episodes, maybe 3 or 4 every month, but most likely 2. Most likely PandaPowerSauce episodes will be premiering for most of the year, if not most of Mod Gear's runtime, and more of Mod Gear's runtime will be unveiled in Let's Talk Before Show when Mod Gear premieres later in the week. But yeah, so that's basically going to wrap up this video. That was actually really fast. I didn't expect that to be very fast, but let me go ahead and review what I have covered. So, we covered the origin of the show, how it had 1 episode, it aired on January 13, 2017, it was showing a video of lost episodes, that kind of thing. I explained what the story of the show is and how it's supposed to convey the lost videos that never quite made it live, and with their remasters to show what these videos could be if they were made today. I discussed how the episodes are going to be made, when they will be uploaded, and how non-remasters and remasters work, how the episode names are going to be titled, that kind of thing. And then I also discussed the release date for the show. Again, that is January 15th will be the very first episode of the show, so make sure you're like having a plan or something, even though you probably don't have plans, because I highly doubt anyone's gonna watch a channel with 91 subs. But yeah, so this was actually quite a short Let's Talk before the show. So with that, I guess, with the short episode, I guess I'll go ahead and end it here. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Let's Talk Before the Show. If you enjoyed and you're, I guess, excited for Panda's Lost episodes when it launches here in like a week, make sure you leave a like on the video, comment down below, I don't know, your thoughts on this episode, I guess, even though probably no one's going to comment anything, but, you could do it if you want. But anyway, with that, I am PandaPowerSauce, and make sure that you stay saucy, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.